I didn't really expect them to pick it. It doesn't tend to be akin to the champions that Lakai often likes. I mean, maybe aside from the Gwen, who can have that option of side laning or team fighting, but...
Yeah. I think TF is still incredibly strong.
Yeah, I agree.
He just scales so well. Point and click stun from ridiculous range once he gets his rapid fire. Nothing too interesting or unique in terms of runes. Is it usually Comet on Nico?
It is usually Comet, but I think you go Aerie up against Ahri just simply because you throw out the Q. If she activates W, the movement speed will get her out of the Comet. So the Aerie offers a lot more definite damage, although lower damage. But you're not really expecting to land your Comet all that much up against the Ahri.
Yeah, okay. So... already some of the power of the Twisted Fate. Yudapon's been forced to go Cleanse. Will be useful against the Lulu Polymorph and the Ahri Charm. But I think if that wasn't a Twisted Fate top, he probably wouldn't have Cleanse.
And we say it, Minji gets to start lane with 100 health missing.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Got hit by a Q.
Oh, he got hit by a Q, okay.
Simple as that. But yeah, Ahri not going to be faring too well here in this lane. But again, when it comes to skirmishing, you have so many powerful champs. Twisted Fate,
yeah, Nocturne,
Ahri, Nocturne, even the Zeri Lulu. Obviously, Lucian, Nami are no slouches when it comes to skirmishes either, but...
yeah, it's just, you have to be very careful with your positioning this game as DFM. Ahri, Nocturne, TF can all catch you out of position very easily, and Zeri can honestly follow up pretty well with her mobility.
Absolutely.
But J-Team do need numbers advantages in these fights, and to catch DFM off guard.
All right, Lo, give me a prediction. What's the series score at the end of this?
Oh, can I just predict this game?
No.
A series score is hard.
Yeah, I need a series score.
DFM 2-1.
Okay.
I think DFM are in a pretty good spot to win this game. Maybe I don't have enough faith in J-Team to execute a comp like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with you, and I think probably a 2-1 in favor of DFM, maybe even a 2-0. It really does just stem, though, from just lack of J-Team practicing together. Now, admittedly, there has been 1 week they've had the time to be able to find some practice and try and find some more cohesion, but...
And I think they maybe had this roster for Chinese New Year?
No, they had Yursan.
Okay.
Yutapon getting aggressive here. Heal is going to be used out of Enso nice and early, as was the barrier from Chi-Chi, so certainly a winning trade when you've only just traded your singular heal on the other side.
I think one thing that's going to be really important in this series as well, as Steel is maybe looking bot, but these Wukong ganks are very unserious. No, he's not actually going to go for the gank.
Yeah, especially when he sees Lalva here. Lalva going to start his tether up. Won't be able to finish it though.
Did it swap the tether onto the Wukong clone? Does it work like that or not?
Yeah, it should do. Oh, bubble lands, yeah. And so he doesn't have heal. Cleanse comes out of Yutapon. It is really just to try and win the damage trade here, as junglers still hanging around, still getting aggressive onto each other, and all things said and done, nothing really happens, just a lot of health traded.
Yeah, both heals used, barrier used from Chi-Chi. Cleanse used from Yutapon is just cleanse a polymorph when you feel like it. It's not really that useful in this lane. I think this Twisted Fate pick is going to be very important because DFM do not play it. As far as I can tell anyway. And if Lakai is able to have massive impact on this pick, that could at least get them a big advantage in draft if he can force a Twisted Fate ban.
For sure, that top lane currently going kind of as you'd expected. TF just much higher in health, mana, as well as minions.
Yeah, and it could be rough for Cassante because he's not going to have the kill pressure we usually see out of Cassante's, right? After he lost the slow on his all-out Q.
Yeah, especially when you're going up against a Ghost on the TF as well.
Yeah.
Of course, for the very start of the game, in general, Twisted Fate doesn't take teleport because as soon as he does get access to Destiny, he tends to just use it to go back to his lane.
Yeah, you can always Ghost back to lane as well, especially in the early game.
I do think using Ghost up against Cassante like that might be a little bit scary, but...
Yeah. Lava going to pick up these Grubs, no surprises there when his Twisted Fate has so much priority in the top lane.
Yeah, going to get all 3 of them for himself, so...
Yeah, and the XP on those is going to help out a lot if he can get a faster level 6. Because he needs to get level 6 and start ganking these lanes. Maybe linking up with Lakai and, using the double globals to, get kills mid, get kills bot.
It definitely could be something they look at. Now, DFM, they're going to use the tempo that Void Grubs kind of took away from Lalva to look to take the first dragon here of the game. It's a 6-minute dragon, which does put a pretty early Dragon Soul win condition if DFM are going to be able to continue stacking these up. But
yeah.
We'll have to see how things progress from there. But at least for the first dragon, it will be DFM's. There's not going to be a contest coming through.
Yeah, hard to say who this favors. I don't think we fully really understand yet the impact of the Void Grubs in the early game.
Yeah, maybe because you do have the TF, it just feels good getting the Void Grubs. Even in lane here, he will, whenever he chooses to recall and get some items behind him, he will start to just push this lane out and have the ability to auto-attack Rayfaki's tower.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, good trade from Minji.
Polymorph coming through again, but Enzo actually taking a sizable chunk of his health bar there as the reciprocation.
So Lava's here, level 6. Both flashes up for DFM and cleanse on Udapon. Means this is going to be a pretty hard play to pull off.
I don't think they know he's level 6. Steel's still only level 5, so they might not be aware that Lalva actually has got access to this paranoia. But they are playing
I think
respectfully enough.
They're hoping for Udapon to make a mistake here and dash in for a trade. Because that's the only way I see this really panning out.
Sure.
DFM gonna get DFM Steel gonna get level 6 off of this blue buff.
Okay, so Berserker Greaves, Srirachi's Chard as well. What did I say? I just said that backwards. Karachi's Shard.
Kirchis?
Is that how you say it?
Oh, I don't know. I think you said Srirachi's.
Yeah, I just just love Sriracha, man.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. So
actually, Rayfaki catching up in CS here.
Yeah, and I was going to say Minji doing pretty well in CS too. Looked like maybe it was a rough lane phase for him. Even through the Merc Treads, those Nico Qs still hurt. As I learned the hard way playing Corki into Nico.
That's right, I watched that. 5 solo deaths. Finished the game 5 and 5 though, so we take those.
Yeah, we scale.
I mean, Void Grub's going to be spawning very shortly. Lalva is on that side of the map, and it does seem like he's wanting to pick those up for himself. Even Harp and Udapon, they're seemingly undecided on where they're going to go out of base here. Looks like Harp's going to be more towards the mid lane, although Udapon is as well, so I don't think DFM are willing to just give it over.
Yeah, it is pretty desynced with the dragon, so you can't take the immediate dragon trade. Oh,
Bubble coming through, yeah. It's going to be Minji, actually, that's taken very, very low. Does have that Spirit Rush to get himself out to safety, and the culling is also used here. Still Pop Blossom available. Tidal Wave was used, culling was used, as well as a Cyclone on the opposing side. Minji getting away with murder there, as Ghost was actually popped by Lakai as he tried to run down and join. Rayfaki also used Ghost, actually. Both top laners trying to ghost to the play.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, normally you'd see a TFTP, right? But I think Ray realized that he just could run at this Twisted Fate and not allow him to ult. I'm guessing is what happened. Minji does end up losing his flash and ulti, so I would think the Void Grub's going over to DFM, but it doesn't really look like they're super interested in doing it.
Steel coming out of base now. He should be going top side as he just did clear his entire bottom side, although Destiny coming through here. Arya going to pop that Pop Blossom. Nice Spell Shield from Lalva. Means that he's not going to get knocked up. No CC coming through. And first blood will be Lalva's for the taking there. Yeah. Arya, a bit of an overstay, trying to punish, trying to take some tower plates, and it's him who gets served up. And J-Team find the first kill here. And now 1K is their gold advantage off the back end of that.
Yeah. hard to really counterplay that with the point-and-click stun coming out of the Twisted Fate. And, you know, you can't blame him for trying to punish Minji there. He had a massive advantage in the mid lane there. Does use his TP to get back to mid. And Minji holds on to his. I don't think that's going to be too relevant in the next 5 minutes, but we will see. So it was actually DFM who pick up 2 Void Grubs and get out of there, so actually deciding to just not sacrifice the tempo and leave a Void Grub up.
For sure.
Run straight to the Dragon.
Yeah, so they do deny any possibility of those Void Mites further on into this game, but it was Lalva who actually recalled off the back of that first blood and picked up his experimental Hex Plate, so a lot of power now on this Nocturne. Mainly when he does pop the ult. Without the ult, it is kind of just a ball of stats.
Oh, so Pop Blossom is not going to be up for this Dragon. DFM have to try find a way to stall if they can. They are at an item advantage on their ADC and mid, so they'd love to fight this Dragon, but Nico without ult is not going to be all that useful, especially not compared to an Ahri. Yeah,
we'll see. Chi-Chi is recalling though, and Dragon is alive.
Oh, Ray Farkey actually just TP's top.
Yeah, Lakai no Destiny, so can't be there really. I guess.
Lakai's recalling though, he might run to this Dragon. Cancels it, which maybe means J-Team just won't contest.
Ray Farkey's walking down as well. It does look like DFM are going to at least be able to get this down to about half HP, but we do see on your screens here Minji collapsing, Lalva collapsing, and Chi-Chi did manage to get his recall off. Picked up his static shiv, so even out those bot lane items. Pop Blossom coming through as well as the paranoia, and everything's coming through. That Cyclone is locked up. Chi-Chi, Wild Grove coming out, but it's not going to be enough. Steel claiming himself that kill, and Ray Farkey has made it to the play. That's 1, and that's 2 will be the reward for this Cassante. And a huge team fight found. DFM take it 3-0.
I mean, so well played by Arya. He doesn't fall for the trap from J-Team at all. He sends his Nico clone in to scout the bush and gets immediately engaged on, actually just pops the Nico ult and runs into J-Team, and in a 5v4 they're able to win that fight pretty easily. Dragon going over to DFM now. I don't think Lakai got all that much done in the top lane. He maybe got 2 plates. Definitely advantage DFM. And yeah, J-Team are... Oh, they actually walked past the ward to get in this bush, and Arya does not fall for it at all. He actually rocket belts in to hit more members, gets the Lulu flash as well. And then once you've landed a 3-man Nico ult in a 4v5, it's already, you know, fight's over at that point. You see the team fighting, you know, difference in these comps.
Sure, Lakai though, he's slowly scaling up now. He has his static shiv online, so the wave clear a little bit stronger now for this ADTF. Got a couple of plates in that play, but it was, of course, Ray Farkey picking up the double kill, who now has access to both the Merc Treads as well as the Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to give him an opportunity to kill the TF.
It shouldn't.
Or even get Prio, especially without Ghost. He is, you know, maybe going to be a problem for these other members of DFM. Kind of walk down Lava in that last fight.
Udapon's up 2 levels, or Chi-Chi actually just ticked over to level 8, but
yeah,
for a moment there it was actually level 9 to the level 7 of Chi-Chi's Zeri, so...
Yeah, I wonder how that happened. Both the J-Team bot laners are down a level. They are up 30 CS in the J-Team bot lane.
Yeah, and yet the gold only roughly 700 in their favor. A lot of that, of course, will be this Twisted Fate passive, as well as the 2 plates he was able to pick up for himself, but still, the gold lead being this close is... It does mean this game is still anyone's, but 2 dragons as well in favor of DFM. They also just claimed themselves that Rift Herald, and most of the time, at least in the PCS, we see it just get chucked into the mid lane to try and take down that mid tower, which tends to be the hardest objective on the map to to claim.
Yeah, and I think Ari has actually already done quite a lot of damage to that tower.
Harp, he misses the bubble, gets charmed up. Through comes the Paranoia, but through comes the Cyclone Flash out from Harp, and the red buff will be claimed. Lava picking that one up. He gets the fear onto Steel. Udapom is going to use that Relentless Pursuit and the culling, but he is now trying to run for his life, as is Steel. Chi-Chi's followed through, but Chi-Chi doesn't have the damage. One static shiv is all it would take. Lakai on the top side, though. He's claimed himself a double. Chi-Chi's not able to find that last hit, but Lakai with the destiny on this TF. We're seeing why it's so powerful, and all of a sudden J-Team claims some gold for themselves.
Yeah, DFM with a bit of an overchase there. They got the Ari and the Nocturne ults, and then maybe just tried to go for a little too much there. Minji starts this off with a nice charm onto Nami here. Actually, a quick bubble coming out to try catch Minji there, and at this point, maybe DFM just have to back off, but they don't really respect the Twisted Fate ultimate here. Another nice charm from Minji onto Steel. Means he's immediately out of the fight. Lakai's, with the help of Enso here, takes these guys out so easily. Essentially 100 to zeros. Udapon, without Udapon really getting to control his character between gold cards and Polymorph.
Now Rapid Fire Cannon. This Twisted Fate just became a lot more scary.
Yeah.
Not because of raw damage, but just because now you can get stunned from so much further away.
Yeah, and he's not lacking for damage either. You saw him take out Udapon pretty quick.
Yeah, Stack Deck doing a crazy amount of heavy lifting when it comes to this AD on-hit TF. Now, Dragon up in 1 minute. Of course, DFM are leading the Dragon count 2-0, so we'll most likely want to pick those ones up from themselves, and maybe even going to be able to take this mid lane tower with the crash of the Rift Shield. We'll see if it can be stopped, but I don't think it really should be, and definitely won't be.
Minji with the TP.
Yeah, got a nice flank there, but is he going to be on a ward? Udapon using this Rift Shield now can actually just crash it into a wall.
Still working on our driving skills.
Actually, I think it was Arya dressed up as Udapon.
Yeah, a bit risky to go for the second charge anyway.
Okay, ping's now onto Minji, so they're aware of where he is. They know he is somewhere in this river, and in fact, they're looking for him.
Yeah, he could be in trouble here.
He certainly does seem like it. He's going to have to use the Spirit Rush, I would have thought. Definitely will. Big ult. 7 seconds away from this dragon. He doesn't go down, but now no Spirit Rush certainly makes any potential dragon fight what to think. Oh, Spring came up. Oh, we're back.
Yeah, we're
sweet, sweet League of Legends. Now, Dragon, of course, is live. Recall coming through from Ray Farkey. And to catch you up, things are pretty even in terms of gold, but this will be the third Dragon of the game on a Hextech Soul map going over to DFM.
Yeah, gold is even, but it really feels like DFM are in control of this game. Couple of slip-ups to the TF rooms. As we expected, though, Minji did run up to the top lane and grab this tower. Ray Farkey not willing to commit his TP, maybe didn't have time to TP and save it. They are trading across the map anyway. And I think, yeah, J-Team are not going to bother trying to do anything to this Cassante.
No.
You don't have the champions here to kill him, really. You kind of need TF if you're going to kill Cassante this game. So I wonder if DFM are going to spend this next 4 minutes playing around the Baron, or if they will just try hold all 3 lanes and then play for the Dragon. So far going for some Baron vision.
Yeah, there's a lot of Baron damage on the side of J-Team. There actually isn't that much for DFM. Lucian really doesn't do all that much damage to the Baron.
No, especially not with this Energize build.
Yeah, for sure. Does a little bit more with the Kraken Slayer Navori, but...
Yeah, Nico also a lot of utility in her items. Not a lot of damage. So we'll see how they handle the TF pressure. Maybe they feel like they can just handle the side lanes and play for the next dragon. But that's one tower down by the look of it.
Yeah, will he actually have the confidence to take it? Enso is closer than Harp for DFM, so he is safe, but wasn't able to get the tower fouled just yet.
I think he will get it just because Ray Farkey is not going to be able to play aggressively enough to keep him off the tower with a Nocturne on the enemy team. You pretty much have to fight TF off of the wave, right? If you're going to hold on to the 1 HP tower.
Most of the time, for sure. It looks like he's going to be going Storm Razor here as his third item as well for the TF. Did recall.
Yeah. I don't know who's killing this Cassante this game.
Yeah, I mean, TF will. It's just take a few stack decks.
Yeah. I mean, how many will he take down with them?
Also, while Ray Farkey's in all-out mode, pretty much everyone can kill him.
Yeah. Zeri doesn't feel like she does all that much into Cassante to me. I haven't seen these two champions fight very often. Zeri not too popular this split.
And Liandry's second for Minji also, so
yeah,
quite a lot of damage there. Not all that much magic resist, just the Jack show, which...
They probably have enough CC to kill the Cassante, especially in all-out.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, a charm lands, a gold card lands, they can probably kill him in that CC.
Absolutely. Now, control over River at first for J-Team, but now as DFM are back on the map with that mid lane priority, they're going to be able to claim it back. Get a nice pink ward here onto the Baron, so a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to the positioning of DFM. Of course, with the Baron pit how it is here, the Scuttle Crab really doesn't offer you a whole lot as to whether or not you know the opposing side is starting up that Baron, as you can just use the side pathways that get created.
Yeah, Ray Farkey maybe has to be a little careful here. I don't think Minji's under nearly as much pressure on the opposite sides. But I think this kind of stagnant game state definitely favors DFM. Just because it feels like it's hard to talk about scaling when the comps just want to do very different things, but I do think DFM's comp will just outscale, especially with the 3 dragons. It means they will get the 5v5s that their comp is going to be winning.
Yeah, see, I don't actually think their comp does outscale. I just think the timer of this game is so low that you're never going to be able to get to the point where TF is single-handedly just taking over the game.
It's so hard to judge TF's scaling because it feels like he should fall off, but he's kind of just throwing stuns, point-and-click stuns every couple seconds from 1,000 range.
Sure, now 30 seconds. This could be Sol for DFM. And if it is Sol, you do have to start to question whether or not J-Team have a true chance following on through the rest of this game.
They might just have to trade Baron. They are posturing to fight this dragon, though.
Yeah, I don't think you ever want to give over the Hextech Sol if you don't have to. That Spirit Rush already used. Paranoia going to be used as well. It was the culling. Lightning Crash is going to be coming out here of Chi-Chi. He's finding quite a bit of damage. Wildgrove comes through, but Lava's going to get taken out. 2-man Pop Blossom is what is found. Lakai on the backside of this team fight, and Chi-Chi has managed to kite away. So far, as things stand, it is a 2-for-1 in favor of DFM, but they are the ones with much lower health bars, and maybe with this, J-Team can get Lakai to pressure this dragon. Chi-Chi still pressuring on the mid wave. Gold card is going to land there onto Steel. He uses the clone, so no follow-up auto attacks can come through. Teleports, though, both of them coming out here of Arya and Ray Farkey. And with that, it's going to be very, very difficult for these 3 remaining members of J-Team to find any angle into this river. Enso has respawned, and he's on the way.
Yeah, this Twisted Fate is so scary from Lakai, but not able to do enough. As it's kind of a scuffed engage out of J-Team. They are looking, but I think they can just go for the mid tower here and, you know, get something for the soul. Obviously not an equal trade, but after a losing fight, they are walking to Baron, and they do have a very fast Baron, as you said.
Yeah, everyone is postured to go towards that Baron. Of course, no teleport here for the mid or top laner of DFM, but honestly, everyone's coming back. There's Hextech gates on the map, of course. So it's
honestly, watch Ray Farkey on this Cassante this fight. As once Minji uses ult, you have to engage as J-Team. You have to fight this dragon and do it while you have Ahri ult at least. And Ray Farkey is on Minji and the Lulu here. Zones them both out, almost kills them both. And then Lakai is a monster in these fights, but he's essentially 4v1. Does actually pick up a kill.
Yeah, did he manage to get the one, but that was all. Now, Baron is the only objective now on the map for at least the time being.
Yeah, of all these souls as well.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult now, especially against Lucian. Energizer Lucian just dashing on in, slowing you with that Hextech Soul.
Yeah, no TP. They did commit both TPs from DFM, so it makes this this next couple minutes pretty annoying to play if you're DFM.
Yeah, is Lakai going to get this bot lane tower? I mean,
he might.
There is, I guess, still the win con of just TF in the side lane, because even with the Hextech Soul, you don't feel like Ray Farkey ever should still be killing him, although I guess we might even find out now. Lakai doesn't have Ghost, but the movement speed coming through from his itemization does mean he is able to get on out of there. And it is a side lane tower, and in a tower claim, solo gold now for Lakai. We'll see what he can back and pick up.
That's at least 1,000 gold picked up for TF, you know, between the waves and the turrets. And I'm not sure what he'll go for next. Trying to think of the other Energize items.
Voltaic, but he's not going to go for that.
Yeah.
But what the side of DFM are going to go for is a Nocturne, and that Nocturne is going to be taken out in a very quick fashion. It did cost them the Cyclone as well as the culling, but you feel pretty good about that now that you have a 4v5 with Hextech Soul in your favor.
Yeah, and it being a kill on specifically the jungler.
Tidal Wave coming out, Enso actually getting chunked very, very low. Spirit Rush, and it's going to be Aria taken out to almost 0 HP. Chi-Chi will finish up that kill. Steel, of course, does not have his Cyclone available. Watch Ray Farkey, though, he's full HP. He gets charmed, but he doesn't really take all that much damage. Lakai now popping his Ghost, finds at least one gold card, but it's going to be all of DFM finding their way out here through this Hextech gate. And despite it being a 4v5, some way, somehow, Minji finds a charm onto Aria, and they're able to take that one back.
Yeah, I think that could have been disastrous for DFM if it wasn't for the Hex Gates. They had Lakai on full HP just chasing them, constantly stunning them up every time his rapid fire cannon is up. But well played by J-Team to find a win there in a 4v5. Though Ray Farkey was running to the fight. But even once he got there, not really able to do anything.
See if Chi-Chi, he claimed himself that kill onto Aria, and he must be very, very close to completing this Navori.
Yeah.
Not something we usually see, recently at least, for the Zeri. I think a lot of IE has been the preferred item, just doing more damage.
This was, last time Zeri was in meta, it was the Runan's Navori.
Yeah.
I think the Bolt do proc your Navori cooldown refresh. And, I mean, maybe Minji can just get them across the line, landing some ridiculous charms. Harp, by the way, on this Nami, is ridiculous with the bubbles. He actually got Chi-Chi's flash just by himself that last fight with the Nami Q.
Oh, I did see that. Now, Baron still is up and available, and a minute 45 on this Elder Dragon. You have to feel like this Dragon for sure J-Team aren't going to just give over.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that DFM went for that play in the mid lane after killing the Nocturne rather than going Baron, because now they have given J-Team an opportunity to possibly get this Elder. And, you know, it's anyone's game once Elder Dragon spawns, honestly.
A lot of members of DFM here positioning onto this bot side, making sure that Lakai can't do anything. It is one way to, of course, punish split pushes, is to just target their lane with all your members. Root lands there, and all of a sudden, this flawless Twisted Fate is no longer going to be that. Flash forward here does come through. Are they going to be able to pick up this kill? Pop also coming out. There's only a one man. Minji and Chi-Chi, though, they're still staying relatively healthy. And now it's the chase down. Minji getting resets on the Spirit Rush. Harp trying to dodge and dive. Won't be able to do so. That's one more Spirit Rush now available. Ray Farkey, though, he's looking for the Zeri. He's going to find the Pathmaker. And into the boys will come Chi-Chi. Shutdown comes through. Still picks it up. Fantastic work there from Ray Farkey. It turns a good fight from bad fight to good fight yet again.
Yeah, that was so confusing. I thought it was just a free kill onto Lakai, but somehow J-Team turned it around. This looked like a disaster for J-Team once Lakai gets hit by this Nico route. And I think it's just because Cassante is not here that J-Team are able to re-engage. Steal very low. And it's Minji Arya with a really clutch Sonya's. Doesn't really amount to much because his team's too low to help out. And then Giga Brain on the Cassante here. Ray Farhi catches Chi-Chi out. Oh, we don't get to see it.
Oh, back to live, and it's going to be an outer for Dragon trade by the looks of things. J-Team going to be receiving this Baron. And DFM, they do get the outer Dragon for themselves, so...
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, if DFM can find a dive somehow, they should be able to win the team fight pretty handedly.
Yeah, they don't have all that much engage, really.
I
Not
worry
without
about...
Nico Flash.
They're going to be able to look for a dive 4v5, but Lakai, I mean, you're on a timer, because this Twisted Fate will end the game so quickly,
yeah,
especially with the Baron buff now available.
Yeah. Usually when we see Baron traded for Elder, honestly, nothing happens.
Yeah.
We'll see if DFM can do something with their Elder. They're looking to.
Yeah, at least one tower is going to go down. Looks like this inhibitor shouldn't be much longer for the world either. Culling was used there from Udapon on the Lucian. Half even taking a massive chunk from Chi-Chi Zeri, but one inhibit is the bot lane inhibit going to be taken out. DFM going to strike first on these inhibitors. Lava, though, he's pushed up pretty far mid. It's going to mean that you can't really look for anything in the mid lane here for DFM for at least the next 45-ish seconds.
Yeah, well played by Lava there to realize the inhib's gone. They probably can't push for more without any Baron buffed minions, so runs mid, buffs up his own wave, and kills their mid wave. Just shuts down the play. And I think Ray Farhi is just grouping now. They could have used their TP there in that situation and had him in a side lane, prepping another wave, but they've had a couple of these fights where he's just late to the fight, and it's gone disastrously for DFM. He is in a side lane now, though. So 1 minute left on the Elder. See if DFM can get another inhib here.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough ask to clear this minion wave. Once again, just such a low-range team composition. Means that you can't really stand up without fear of this Hextech Soul alongside the Elder Dragon to just pretty much claim your life immediately. Nice dodging there from Arya. Not going to be hit by Minji on this occasion. Chi-Chi trying to clear what he can, but not really able to do much. 30 seconds still on this Elder Dragon. It looks like 3 inhibs should be picked up here. Udapon finding a nice slow onto Minji, but isn't quite able to follow it up with any of these auto attacks. And now 3 inhibs are down. DFM still pushing forward. There is only 13 more seconds available on this Elder Dragon. I'm sure J-Team have clicked over those portraits to make sure when this is running out. Double super minions coming in from every lane, every direction. As things are, Ray Farhi getting aggressive. They find a massive chunk onto Minji. He's going to have to use that Spirit Rush. Enso as well. Taken out so low, but they're going forward again. Charm misses. Arya's going to get stunned up. Does go invisible, so no more follow-up damage coming through, and Hextech Soul consistently slowing these members of J-Team. Chi-Chi, Lakai, they have a lot of damage, but are they going to find a way in? It's going to be Steel and finds his way in onto Twisted Fate. Chi-Chi's got that lightning crash going down, but he's wailing into a Cassante. This Cassante is not taking all that much damage, although he does eventually get taken pretty low. Udapon, he's going to force out the flash here of Enso on the Lulu. And now 5v4, no Twisted Fate. Udapon once again getting aggressive, and the two-man Pop Blossom onto the bot laner, and Chi-Chi and Arya has sealed the deal. DFM will eventually take game number 1.
Yeah, there's Arya's patience with the Nico ulti again. Every time it felt like Udapon was using his dash, he was taking at least 50% of someone's HP on the Lucian.
And I think there